Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Properly audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Everyone is settled. Shall we begin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we have already studied, or you have already studied different geometrical figures in your previous classes, in your lower classes, right? Anyone state a few geometrical figures which you all know?
Triangle. Triangle. Circle. Rectangle. Square.
Quadrilateral.
One by one, please. Please tell one by one.
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilaterals, okay. Any more?
Ma'am, circle,
Circle, yes.
triangle,
Triangles,
rectangle.
okay, fine. Rectangles, so that comes under quadrilaterals, yes. So here I have drawn a few figures. This one is called as a what? What is this?
Circle.
This is a
Line.
line. Yes.
Straight
The
line.
third one is a triangle. The fourth one is
Square.
square. Yes. And this is the fifth one, which is a rectangle. So the square and rectangle come under the same category, that is of quadrilaterals, but they are different because in a square there are 4 sides and all the sides are equal to each other. But in a rectangle, all the sides are not equal, only the parallel sides are equal, right? So these are the few shapes. Now the fifth one is a, what is this shape?
Pentagon.
Pentagon, yes. So these are the different shapes which we know, and these we name them based on what? Can you tell me? Why do we say that this is a triangle, this is a square or a rectangle, and this is a pentagon? Based on what do we say
Number
this?
of
Sides.
Number of
Very
sides.
good. We say this because each shape has a different number of sides. Okay, a circle has no sides, a line has 2 ends in it, a triangle has 3 sides, a square and a rectangle has 4 sides, and a pentagon has 5 sides. Okay, so based on the number of sides, each figure is classified into different types. Okay, so out of these different figures, we will today study about the triangle. Okay, we will only study about triangle, what is the proper definition of a triangle, and the different types of triangles, and also we will see some of the properties of a triangle. Okay, so yes, today's topic is triangles and their properties. Yes, so can you all tell me why is a triangle called as a triangle? What do we come to know by its name?
It has 3 sides.
It's a 3 angles, ma'am.
Yes, it also has 3 angles. So that is why it is called as a triangle. Tri means 3 and angles means it has 3 angles. That is why we call it as a triangle. Now, can anyone give me a proper definition of a triangle? A proper definition?
A closed figure having 3 sides and 3 angles is called as triangle.
Yes, very good, very good. So it is a closed figure. Now, even if you don't say that it is a closed figure, this closed figure word is very important. Because if I draw this figure, can we call this as a triangle? This is also having 3 sides. Can we call this as a triangle?
No.
No. Why can't we call this a triangle?
Because it is not an enclosed figure.
Yes, it is not a closed figure. Okay. So the proper definition of a triangle, yes, it is not having 3 angles also. Because it is not a closed figure, we cannot determine its third angle. Okay. So when I draw a triangle, I say that it has 3 sides. So this is the first side, this is the second one, and the third one. Okay. So a triangle has 3 sides. It has 3 angles. This is the first angle, the second one, and the third one. Okay. So when we define a triangle, we say that it is a closed figure. First point is that it is a closed figure The second one is that it has 3 sides. The third one is that it has 3 angles. And one more thing about a triangle is that it has 3 vertices. Okay. So what is a vertex? A vertex is a point at which 2 sides join. Okay. So here this is a point in which these 2 sides are joining. So this is the first vertex, the second one, and this is the third one. So the proper definition, if anyone asks us the definition of a triangle, we say that it is a closed figure having 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. Okay. This is the proper definition of a triangle. Has everyone understood this definition?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we proceed further then?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So now we saw the definition of a triangle. Now we will see the different types of triangles. Okay. So types of triangles. Now triangles are classified into various types based on 2 categories. Okay. So the first category is that based on sides, means how many sides are equal to each other. Based on that, the triangles are classified. And the second category is based on angles. What type of angles are present in that triangle? Based on that, the triangles are classified into various types. Okay. Now, based on sides, there are 3 types of triangles. Okay. So the first one is an equilateral triangle. The second one is an isosceles triangle. And the third one is a scalene triangle. We just note down the names of different types of triangles. We will see each type after this. Okay. Now, based on angles also, the triangles are again classified into 3 different types. The first one is an acute angled triangle. Second one is a right angled triangle. And the third one is an obtuse angled triangle. Now, we will see each of these types in detail. Okay. Now here, types of triangles based on sides. Now this here I have drawn a triangle. Can you spot some similarity in the measures of the lengths of these sides?
Equal length. ma'am.
Sides, yes. All the 3 sides here are equal. This side, all the 3 sides are of 2 centimeters. So they are equal to each other. So this side is equal to this, the second side and the third side also. Okay, so all of the 3 sides are equal to each other. So such a type of triangle is called as an equilateral triangle. By the name itself, we come to know that is equilateral. Equilateral means all the sides are equal to each other. So the definition for an equilateral triangle is a triangle with all 3 sides equal is called an equilateral triangle. Okay, all of the 3 sides are equal. Now, in an equilateral triangle, not only the 3 sides are equal, also the 3 angles are equal to each other. Okay, and they are equal. Yes, anyone has any doubt? Okay, so not only the 3 angles are equal, the sides are equal, all the 3 angles also are equal and they are equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so the second or one more part of the equilateral triangle which we say is an equilateral triangle has all its angles equal to 60 degrees. It is always equal to 60 degrees. Okay, all the 3 angles are equal to 60 degrees. Now here I have a cutout of an equilateral triangle. Okay, can everyone see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. This triangle is an example of an equilateral triangle. Here you can see that all the 3 sides are equal in length. Okay, they are equal in length and all these 3 angles. This is the first angle, this is the second angle, and here this is the third angle. All the 3 angles, if you measure them, they are going to be equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so this was the first type of triangle, which is the equilateral triangle. Now we go to the second type of the triangle. Now here I have drawn 2 triangles again. Can you spot some similarity in these triangles now? In the sides of these triangles?
2 sides are same.
2 sides are equal. Yes, very good. In this triangle, if you see, this side is of 4 centimeter and this one is also of 4 centimeter. So these two sides are equal to each other. The third side is not equal. Okay. And in the second triangle also, this is of 3 centimeter and this also is of 3 centimeter. Okay. So these two sides are equal to each other. So such a triangle in which only two sides are equal, that triangle is called as an isosceles triangle. Okay. So a triangle with two equal sides is called an isosceles triangle. And one more property of an isosceles triangle is that the angles opposite to equal sides are equal to each other. Like if suppose this is one side, the angle opposite to this side will be this angle here. Okay. And the angle opposite to this side will be this angle. So these two angles are also going to be equal to each other. Okay. So the angles opposite to equal sides are going to be equal to each other. So here I have this cutout of an isosceles triangle. Here this side and this side are equal to each other, and this angle and this angle are going to be equal to each other. Now here there is no angle that is specified. Like in equilateral, all the angles were 60 degrees. Here it is not specified how much will be the measure of the angles. Okay, it is only said that they are equal. The measure is not fixed. Okay, understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is an isosceles triangle. Now we go to the third type. Now you tell me, we saw that all the three sides are equal. We saw that two sides are equal. Now can we have one side equal?
No.
Can we have one side
No, ma'am.
equal?
No, ma'am.
Obviously not, because one side, for something to be equal, there has to be a pair, at least a pair. Okay. So in a triangle, if all the three sides are of different lengths, then such a triangle is called as a scalene triangle. Like if you see these two triangles here each side is having a different length. Okay. This is of 3 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter, and this is 2 centimeter. So each side is of different length. Okay. So such a triangle is called as a scalene triangle. Okay. A triangle with no two sides equal, none of the two sides are equal, such a triangle is called as a scalene triangle. Okay. So based on the number of equal sides, triangles are classified into three types. Which three types?
Equilateral, isosceles, and scalene.
Scalene. Yes, very good. Equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. Okay, based on the number of equal sides. Now we go to types of triangles based on angles. Now first tell me, what are the three different types of angles which we know? Angles.
Right angle, obtuse angle, and acute angle.
Acute angle.
Very good. Yes, so these are the three different types of angles which we know: acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. Right? Now acute angle means what?
Angle whose measure is less than 90 degree.
90 degrees. Yes, very good. An angle whose measure is lesser than 90 degrees is an acute angle. So the first type of triangle which we have is known as an acute angled triangle. Why an acute angled triangle? Because all the three angles which are present in it have measures lesser than 90 degree. All of them are acute angles. Okay. So these are the two triangles. If you see, can you mute your mic, Dimple? Yes. So these two triangles are named as acute angle triangles because they are having all of their three angles acute. Okay. They are acute angles. Now here these triangles which I showed you, all of them were having all the three angles acute. Okay. So these are acute angled triangles. Okay. So this is the first type. A triangle with all three acute angles is called as an acute angle triangle. Okay. Now, similarly, based on right angle and obtuse angle, we have the remaining two types. Yes. Now here, can you spot some special feature of this triangle?
Yes, ma'am. One is a 90 degree. It's called right angle.
In these two triangles, one of the angle is of 90 degrees. Okay, like here in this angle is of 90 degrees and this angle is of 90 degrees. That means it is these two triangles are having a right angle in it, right? So such type of triangles are called as a right angle triangle. Okay, a triangle with one right angle is a right angled triangle. Here it is not necessary that all the three angles should be right angles. It is not possible. In a triangle, only one angle can be of 90 degrees. Okay. So even if if one angle in a triangle is of 90 degrees, that means if it has one right angle in it, that type of triangle is called as a right angled triangle. Now, similarly, we saw for acute angle triangle, then we saw for right angle triangle. Then what will be the third type based on angle?
Obtuse angle.
Obtuse.
Of triangle will be which one?
Obtuse
Obtuse angle triangle. So in obtuse angle triangle, there will be one obtuse angle in it. Okay. So here you can see some examples of obtuse angle triangles. This angle here is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle, that means it has a measure greater than 90 degree. Obtuse angle means an angle which has measure greater than 90 degrees. So here in this triangle, this is an obtuse angle, and in this triangle, this is an obtuse angle. Okay. So such triangles, a triangle with one obtuse angle in it. Okay. It has only one obtuse angle. Not more than one angle can be obtuse. Okay. If you try drawing a triangle which has two obtuse angles in it, it is not possible. Okay, only one angle will be obtuse. So such an angle, such a triangle is called as an obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so is this clear? These were the three types based on the types of angles which a triangle has. So which were the three types which we saw based on angles?
Acute angle.
Obtuse, acute and right angle.
We are not talking about the angles. We are talking about the triangles, types of triangles. Okay. So acute angled triangle, obtuse angled triangle, and right angled triangle. Okay. You have to be specific with the name. Okay. So these were the three types of triangles. Three based on the number of sides. The number of sides which are equal, and three based on the types of angles in them. Now we go to the properties of triangles. We will study two properties of triangles. For the first property, you have an activity. I have drawn two triangles here, and I have given the measures of the three angles in the triangle. What you have to do is you have to add up all the three angles in these two triangles and tell me what is going to be the sum of them.
180.
180.
180 degree. If you add the 75 plus 60 plus 45 for the first triangle, that is going to be equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, for the second one also, if you add these three angles, that is going to be equal to 180 degrees. Okay. So the first property of triangles is that the sum of the measures of the three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay. You take any kind of a triangle, you measure the three angles of it, and if you add them, it is always going to be equal to 180 degrees. Okay. So this is the first property of a triangle. Each triangle satisfies this property. Okay. Each triangle satisfies this property. Now we go to the second property. Now for the second property also, these are the two triangles. Now, in the first triangle, if you see, if you add this side, the 4 centimeter side and the 2 centimeter side, how much will it be? The addition of 4 centimeter plus 2 centimeter will be
6 centimeter. 6 centimeter.
6 centimeter. And is it greater than 5 centimeter? Is
Yes.
6 greater than 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if you add 5 centimeter and 2 centimeter, how much is it?
7 centimeter.
7 centimeter. Is it greater than 4 centimeters?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And if you add 5 plus 4, it is equal to
9 centimeter.
9 centimeter. And is that greater than 2 centimeter?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So can you come to a general statement for this? Can anyone tell me a general statement for what we did just now?
Sum of adjacent sides will be greater than the other remaining side.
It is not always the adjacent, means in a triangle the sides will be adjacent only, but still we need not put the word adjacent. It is the sum of any two sides. The sum of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. Okay, we just now saw that when we add any two sides of a triangle, that sum is always greater than the length of the third side. Please, can you all mute your mics?
Students, please mute your mics. Don't disturb the person who is conducting the session.
So the second property of triangles is that the sum of lengths of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. If you add up any two sides of a triangle, that sum is always going to be greater than the length of the third side of the triangle. Okay. So are these two properties clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And these two properties every triangle will satisfy. If we call it a triangle, these two properties have to be satisfied by that triangle. Okay. So if you take any triangle and if you check these two properties for that triangle, it has to satisfy. Okay. So we now summarize what all we have studied in today's class. The first thing which we studied was the definition of a triangle. So we say that a triangle is what? What all did we study for a triangle? First point, with what did we say?
A closed figure.
Closed figure. 3 angles and 3
Closed figure.
3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices.
Sides. Yes, very good. It has 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. Then we studied the types of triangles and what were the triangles categorized into 2 types based on what? The triangles were categorized into 2 types based on what?
Sides and angles.
Based on sides and based on angles. Okay, so based on first one is based on sides and the second one is based on angles. Okay, now based on sides, how many types of triangles are there?
3 types.
3 types.
So based on sides, there are 3 types. The first one was which?
Equilateral.
Equilateral triangle.
Lateral triangle. And what is an equilateral triangle?
Having 3 sides equal.
Having all the
Having
3 sides.
all 3 sides equal.
Yes, very good. So the first one is an equilateral triangle. It has all sides equal. Now the second one was
Isosceles triangle.
isosceles triangle. And what was its property? What
2
was the
sides
condition?
2 sides are equal. 2 sides
Sides
of
are
triangle are equal.
Yes, the second type is an isosceles triangle having 2 sides equal. And the third one was the scalene triangle,
Triangle.
which has none
No
of the
equal
sides.
side.
Now, based on angles also, there were 3 types. The first one was
Acute angle triangle.
angle triangle. Okay, it has all angles acute. For an acute angle triangle, we have to specify that all the angles are acute. It is not that one angle is acute. If we say that one angle is acute or 2 angles are acute, that will not satisfy the condition for acute angle triangle. Because even if even if 2 angles are acute, one angle can be obtuse. Okay, so for an acute angled triangle, all the angles have to be acute. Okay, now the second one was
Right angle triangle.
right angle triangle, and it has one right angle in it. Okay, even if one angle is right angle, then that triangle will be a right angle triangle. And the third one was which third type of triangle
Obtuse
was?
angle triangle.
Triangle. It has one obtuse angle in it. Okay, so these were the different types of triangles which we saw. Then we saw the properties of triangles. Which was the first property?
Sum of angles of triangle is 180. Sum
Some
of
of the
all measures
measures
of three angles are of 180 degree.
180 degree.
Sum of the measures of all the three angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. It is always equal to 180 degrees. Okay, this was the first property. And the second property was,
Sum
can
of
anyone tell
any
me the
two sides. Sum of any two sides is greater than the third one.
sum of any two sides of a triangle will always be greater than the length of the third side of the triangle. Okay, so the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. So these were the two properties of the triangles. So this much we have studied in our today's class. Now homework for today is, first one is that you have to write a proper definition of a triangle in your notebooks. Then the second one is make paper cutouts of different types of triangles based on angles and sides. Okay, like I told you that based on sides and based on angles, there are three different types of triangles. You have to make such triangles and of paper and cut them out. Like I made these. As I have made these types of triangles, for each type of triangle, you have to make a paper cutout. Okay. And the third part of the homework is draw a triangle. 1 minute.
Excuse me, Minal. Just I want to tell you one thing. Evaluation is remain. Evaluation nahi hai. Hello, Minal.
While summary only, I asked them.
No, but you should take evaluation also, no, separately. Okay.
Fine, ma'am. I'll take the summary once again. I'll ask the students only.
Don't tell summary then. It's tell evaluation.
Fine, ma'am. Okay, so first I'll explain the third part of the homework. The third part is that draw a triangle with random measures and check whether the two properties of triangles are satisfied for it. Means you have to make a triangle, you have to draw a triangle of any random lengths. Okay, you can take the lengths of the sides, anything, whatever you want, and you have to check the two properties. If that triangle satisfies the two properties. Okay, the first property is that you first find the angles and then you see whether the sum of all the three angles is equal to 180 degrees. And the second property also you have to check whether the addition of two sides is greater than the length of the third side. Okay, so is the homework clear to everyone? Any doubt in the homework?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. It's okay now, Minal.